Check.
Get ready for Rugby Fever, where young talents from all over come to showcase their skills in the ultimate school showdown. Meet the future field heroes of rugby. Experience the thrill of every try time. Feel the power of epic tackles. Chase the school glory with every match. Cheer for your school. Get ready to watch epic rugby battle and witness the rise of future champs. The excitement is contagious. Catch the action here. Welcome to the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2024, where legends begin.
Royal College will be aiming to carry on their merry way, while the Josephians will be eager to put a spanner in the works. Welcome to the Papare and ThePapare.com. We are bringing you live action as St. Joseph's College host Royal College in what promises to be a thrilling game here at Havelock Park. St. Joseph's College have not had the best of seasons, as they have faced defeat on a couple of occasions, while Royal on the other hand have been flawless and managed 4 out of 4. The youngsters are having their last bit of warm-up work being done on field, as the under-16s too are having their game, but thankfully this weekend the weather gods have been kind to us. The crowds seem to be filling in slowly but surely here at Havelock Park, and will be no doubt in for a thrilling encounter, as St. Joseph's will be eager, as I said before, to put a spanner in the works of Royal College and put a bit of a halt to their title push as they chase down St. Peter's College, who are sitting pretty on top. The weather gods have been good to us this week, and right now it looks mostly cloudy, but there seems to be plenty of blue skies and a bit of a cloud, bit of wind too in the air, and a maximum of 31 could be expected, while a minimum of 26. We should not be reaching that at any time soon. Week 5 with 1 week washed away due to a bit of controversy, but now we are actually into week 6, and 4 games will be played today on the 19th. Tomorrow, Poya, no games, and the balance 4 will be played on the 21st of July. Last week we saw plenty of action as DS Senanayaka was surprised by St. Thomas's, but before that, last week kicked off with Royal College taking on Wesley here at the same ground, and Isipatana versus Trinity, that too at Havelock Park. Royal and Isipatana managed wins, as St. Thomas's shocked DS at Mount Lavinia. St. Peter's, they had normal services as they comfortably defeated St. Joseph's College, and Zahira College too sprung a massive surprise, defeating Vidyartha, and Kingswood managed their first win after quite some years as they defeated Thurston College, and Dharmaraj managed to compound St. Anthony's woes over and over again as they defeated them. Science College hosted Sri Sumangala behind closed doors at Police Park, and that too was a thrilling encounter, but it was Science who just eased to a 41-12 win. These are the results from last weekend: 27-14 to Royal, 15-13 to Isipatana, 29-15 to St. Thomas's, 25-10 to St. Peter's, 13-10 to Zahira, 31-17 to Kingswood, 24-6 to Dharmaraja, and the final fixture of that week, it was Science College comfortably defeating Sri Sumangala 41-12. Plenty of action has been happening throughout the weeks, and now we are in for yet another week of thrilling Dialog Schools Rugby League action. With all of those victories and defeats, the points tables of the two groups are pretty much like this. Isipatana and St. Thomas's are in 1 and 2. Well, St. Thomas's of course have pipped DS Senanayaka College, not on points difference but on head to head, as St. Thomas's defeated DS and they are in 2nd place with DS in 3rd place. Trinity in 4th place and Science in 5th place, with Dharmaraj 2 managing a 2nd win, but St. Anthony's and Sri Sumangala down at the foot of the table and are yet to record any victories and are in pretty much dire straits right now. Group 2A pans out like this, with St. Peter's and Royal pretty much sitting pretty on top with 4 wins apiece, as none of them have been defeated this season. Vidyartha and St. Joseph's along with Wesley are in 3rd, 4th and 5th place respectively with 2 wins apiece, but it's Vidyartha and St. Joseph's with 12 points each, but they too are on top courtesy of a better points differential and head to head as well. So both of those aspects go in the way of Vidyartha. Wesley, unfortunately, with 1 less bonus point, sit on 11 points, and Zaira and Kingswood are the other 2 teams with who were lucky enough rather to record their first win, as Thurston College sit at the foot of the table with no wins and no points. Well, that's how the points tables present itself after 4 rounds of fixtures of this Dialog Schools Rugby League action. We will go in for a quick commercial break and be back on the other side with more stats to look out for.
Don't go away, the action's just begun.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk or call 0117 756 756. Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Radials. The road is yours.
NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න. Right. Studies එකයි jobs දෙක තුන කරන්න. Real energy for real life. Ride.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection. Majestica. Lanka Tiles. Fine living redefined.
හැමදේම අතළඟ තියෙද්දි දුක් විඳින්නේ ඇයි?
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න. Beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න. හදවත වවලා යන්න. කිඳර fashion කරන්න. Fun උතුරන්න. කොතුලි kick එක වෙන්න. Rumi, fun tamai.
NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න. right studies එකයි jobs දෙක තුන කරන්න. Real energy for real life. Ride.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. හැමසිතක්ම පිපිදේ, රස lemon රසයේ, ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි. Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, chill වෙන්න lemon. නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
It is my vision that wakes me up, not my alarm. I make mistakes, but I will never be defeated.
My biggest competitor is myself.
Vibe account from Commercial Bank for the youth who think beyond limits. Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
Swisstek Aquashield 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
Swisstek Aquashield 2K waterproofer. සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා. Real energy for real life. Ride.
Don't go away, the action's just begun.
Welcome back to Havelock Park as the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2024. We're in for the 6th week fixtures, but only 5 games have happened for all schools, as this will be the 5th game. The crowds now have filled up slowly but surely, and both schools will be eager to have this fixture get off soon. St. Joseph's College have not really managed to defeat Royal College in the past. This week we have 8 games lined up on 2 days. Today on the 19th of July we have St. Joseph's College playing host to Royal, Trinity College playing host to St. Anthony's, Wesley College playing host to Kingswood College in the for the Blaze, their big match, and St. Peter's College playing host to the upbeat Zahira College team, who are coming off a surprise win. And on Sunday it will be St. Thomas's hosting Sri Sumangala, Dharmaraja playing host to Zahira, and the game of the week DS playing host to Isipatana College. And of course the final game of this fixture week will be Vidyartha taking on Thurston College So plenty of rugby action in store for us, and we know if the past week's action has been anything to go by, what the school's rugby league has in store for us. Action has been coming our way thick and fast. Top try scorers Vishenka Silva still sitting pretty on top with 9 tries, and I doubt you'd see anyone catching him anytime soon. He has been sitting up there from week 1 and will no doubt be aiming to consolidate his position today as he takes on his St. Peter's College take on Zaira College. Dulaj Navodya, his skipper, Gayan Perra, Nakib Mohammed and Nimsha Piris are all in second place with 5 tries each, and there were quite a few on 4 tries as well. The top point scorer tallies, we see him, Vishenka Silva himself 45 points, and Oshada Perera, if I'm not mistaken, he's also called Dilruan Perera. He sits in second place with 41 points. Nabil Yahya, Rusit Tamodya and Dulaj Navodya Nabil Yahya and Rusit Tamodya in third place with 25 points, and Dulaj Navodya is equal on 4th place with quite a few others whose names aren't mentioned on this, who are on 25 points. So we have plenty of players with plenty of points this season, as points have been easy to come by because the Division 2 teams have not been up to the level of the teams at the top of the division. We will go in for just another quick commercial break, and on the other side we will be back with the team cards and live action from this Dialog Schools Rugby League game between St. Joseph's and Royal.
Don't go away, the action's just begun.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One?
Wait, really?
Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චෞමරි අක්කා. බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk.
Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One?
Wait, really?
Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
බාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
හැමදේම අතළඟ තියෙද්දි දුක් විඳින්නේ ඇයි?
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. හැම සිතක්ම පිපිදේ, රස lemon රසයේ, ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි. Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, chill when a lemon.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One?
Wait, really?
Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus, enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
Don't go away, the action's just begun.
Welcome back to this live telecast from Havelock Park. We're moments away from kick-off here at the park, as now both teams have finished their warm-ups and have headed back into the dressing rooms, as things do look really good out, as both sides will be aiming to Royal will be aiming to continue on their merry way, and St. Joseph's of course eager to put that one in the loss column for Royal College. The fans have filled in to Havelock Park, and now we are just awaiting the two teams to enter the paddock, and this will no doubt be promising and a game that will be one for the ages. I have got Shanaga alongside me in the commentary box. Shanaga, welcome. And what do you expect from Royal, and what do you expect from St. Joseph's?
Good afternoon and welcome to everyone watching us live on this Papare broadcast. Romario, I'll expect more of the same from Royal College. They've been going well, so I don't see any reason for them to change what's been working for them. But from St. Joseph's, they've got absolutely nothing to lose in this game. And they've got some really good players, especially at the back of their scrum, in their midfield as well. They've got some good experience, and I'd like to see them really play with some kind of freedom. I think they've been playing with the weight of expectation, and I would like to see that evaporate from them and just go out and give this game everything that they can possibly give, because there's nothing to lose for them. Royal College Sinath Gamage, Nakib Mohammed Afif Farooq, Yahan Veerasurya and Nihon Rajasinghe, so a change in the second row. Yavindu Atulgala, Altaf Aman and Ayaz Shyam in the third row. Savista Fernando coming into the number 9 position. Idris Farooq, Fahad Nazar, Amika Samarasinghe, Thiven Pereira, Yuan Padiraja and Nabil Yahya moving back from 12 to 15.
And for St. Joseph's College, it's Malinda Pereira and Rodrigo in the front rows. Hamish Gamage and Janit Marasinghe continue in the second rows with the one change. Inosh Silva coming in for Cruz, while Pramod Pereira and skipper Vishiga Fernando round off the run on 8 for St. Joseph's. In the backs, it's Senidhu Iran and Bhishma Jayasekara at 9 and 10. Ivano White and Malshan Devmina continue, and in the centres, while Kit Nuka and Nathan Gunaratne at fullback with Brian Fernando, the second change for St. Joseph's College. He comes onto the wing. So a couple of changes for St. Joseph's College. as they have not had the best of seasons, with quite a few games going not so the way they would have expected. And now it's yet another big test, this time against an in-form Royal College team. By the looks of it, there will be a bit of a lineup before the game is to kick off, Shanagar.
Yes, that doesn't help with the warm-up, does it, Romario? Sometimes you need to be told these things well in advance and make sure you know you're warming up with that in mind as well, because most of the coaches like to have the hit shields out and have a little bit of a smash up before they go back into the field, because these college songs can take a long while. So it's important that they address that as well. But just walking across the ground a little while earlier, Romario, and it's very, very muddy underfoot. Lots of clay in this surface, so it's going to be a difficult one for the both teams.
Indeed, the underfoot conditions, weather hasn't been kind to us. As we hear the Royal College school song.
It's a and of knowledge, here we gather peace and love, symbolized in yonder banner, floating on St. Joseph's star, white and blue, its mystic colors, harmonizing strong and clear, stolen from the distant mountains, from the wild waves breaking near, from the wild waves breaking
formalities are done and dusted here at Havelock Park, and now it's just about the team introductions to the dignitaries before we kick things off.
So been a season to forget for St. Joseph's so far, Romario, and they've lost a couple of games that they would have liked to win, especially that first one with Vidyartha that didn't go their way, and then they seem to have slid down the slope since then, with last week against St. Peter's also not being the kind of Saints battle that you have come to expect from those two teams in the last few years. But do you think they can pick themselves up for this game? What's the news coming from inside the camp? Do they feel that they just don't have enough players, or what has led to this bit of a slump?
Just lack of leadership and a lack of cohesion in the team as well, Shanaka, both in attack and defense. There doesn't seem to be anyone who grabs the game or grabs the team by the neck and tells them, come on boys, this is what we need to do, this is what we need to do here, this is what we need to do here. They don't seem to be getting their act together, and unfortunately the coaches too have not been able to stamp their authority enough, if you could put it that way, for them to pull this side together. Well, plenty of other teams and other players have been telling that St. Joseph's have some good forwards, but unfortunately they have not been able to put on a show this time around.
Yes, they certainly do have some good forwards. Vishika Fernando, the captain himself, at the base of the scrum, and of course Navin Marasingha's brother Janit, who is a big lad himself. You'd expect them to do some damage when they carry the ball, but as you said, Romario, it hasn't looked like the kind of confidence. They don't seem to have got that focal point in their attack, and that's something that maybe the coaches will need to address for next season as well, because there's no shortage of experience, isn't there? All these guys have played before, and they've played many years before as well, and they're coming in here with some third-year colorsmen as well, so there's really no excuse for that performance. But Royal, on the other hand, have been pretty dominant. They know what they're about. They know exactly the style of rugby they want to play, and their game management through guys like Thiven Pereira and Nabil Yahya has been excellent.
Certainly it has been excellent, as you said, Shanaka, and they know what to do when, and the freedom too has been given to them to take decisions on the field as well. Even the Josephians, they have been given the freedom, but the thinking patterns have not been the same, and the playing patterns too have been drastically different.
Well, the gentlemen who have been in the midst of the spotlight, Gihan Yatavara is back. In the middle, Thilen Ratnayak and Nipun Amaratunga will be his assistants, and hopefully we'll not be talking about them after the game. And that's probably when the referee knows he's done his best job. Romario, you and I also ex-members of the Referees Society. If the less people had to say about the game, the better.
Indeed, Shanaka. I think even the international referee said that if they talk about the game more and less about the referee at the end of the game, that's a successful game for the referee.
Here's Farouk, who will be the chief ball winner in the lineouts, and also at the back of that trademark Royal driving maul. Scored a few tries already this season. He's looking to add to that tally today. But this big set of Josephian forwards, if they can pick themselves up for what is a big game for them, I think they will count their season as being successful if they manage to beat Royal. But Nabil Yahya decides to take matters into his own hands and thumps that one all the way down 60 meters. And well, it was very close to being a 50-22, but just a couple of inches short of that. It's an unfortunate mistake from the Josephian fullback there.
Senuduran, in fact, Shanaka, not the best of clearances there. He clearly knew that he did not have the option of going out on the full. Tried to bounce it in and go for the 50-22, but execution lacking there on that occasion.
You can see what Royal want other teams to do, isn't it? They kick to them and want you to kick it back and kick it out, and they know that they can dominate in the lineouts. Looking at Veera Surya at the back here, he's the one in the scrum cap, and he goes to the front, wins it easily. It's been one of their standout performers, Veera Surya. has had a Samuel Whitelock-like season in the last couple of years for Royal. Royal now looking to put a bit of width on the ball early here with the expansive dummy. Cutting back infield, but slow ball for Royal. Here's Veerasurya again, the man who won the ball in the line out, carries it past the 50-meter line. Fernando. Little bit of a crossfield chip. And in the end, just can't get his hand on it. Can Aman? But again, promising attack from Royal, which I'm not sure that particular cross kick warranted.
Nothing really on for the first receiver on that occasion, and tried to put a bit of a chip kick there, but did not have enough depth as well on that kick.
Farooq with that chip kick, and saw a tackle that might have been flagged. Was in the air, but neither player had the ball, and the outcome not very dangerous, so play goes on. Sending around to feed the first scrum of the game. Royal will want to assert their dominance here in the tight head, but it's a good scrum from the Josephians. Vishika Fernando waits at the back. There's no room for him on the blind side, so they will come back to Bhishma Jayasekara, who takes it on the bounce and puts it deep into the hands of Yuan, and now it's being charged down. It's going to bounce wherever they like. Bounces straight into the hands of the Josephian players. There's a knock-on advantage that referee Atavara is playing, and the Josephians swarm. Here it is for their big forwards now. Looking to make a dent in this Royal defense, subtly turning Royal's attack into defense, catching them unawares. And this is where they like to play their rugby, 10 meters short of the line, picking and going. But this is probably the staunchest defensive side in the competition so far, Romario. Pick and go again, and Bhishma Jayasekara. They're just changing the point of attack very slightly, are the Josephians. That's good to see from them. Straight over the top is Vishika Fernando, try and protect that ball from the Royal would-be jacklers. Not rolling away is the call, quickly taken by Fernando. Not 10 meters is the call. Really want the ball in the hands of Marasinghe if they can get it to him at a decent pace here. And that's the try. It's been scored, and St. Joseph's draw first blood, and it is indeed Marasinghe. No, it's not. It's
great bit of play there by St. Joseph's College. Once that kick was charged down, they made no mistake and piled on pressure. They managed to get the penalty as well, and yes, it's Malind, the try scorer, got himself a bit on the wrong side, but wriggled his way down and managed to score the opening try for St. Joseph's College.
Well, the new rule change makes it quite easy for the defensive side. All they have to do is make sure that they keep the man over the line and don't allow him to touch down. So Senat Malind did quite well there to try and get the ball down, and Bhishma Jayasekara obliges with the conversion as well.
Indeed, the first Amana Bank try scored for St. Joseph's College, and I think that'll put a bit of a smile and a bit of voice into this St. Joseph's College faithful here at Havelock Park.
Well, they'll have to be conservative, the Josephian faithful, because Royal have been in this position pretty often this season. Even last week against Wesley, they were trailing at halftime but came back very strongly. Their conditioning probably the best of all the schools that we have seen on show this 2024 season. That's a bad drop by Janit Marasinghe, allowing Royal right back into the game. Picking and going. Jayasekara, and Royal managed to snuffle this one back, and now there's a little bit of space opening up for Royal. Samarasinghe holds on to it that time. Inside the 22, Royal will want to hit back immediately. Here's Rajasinghe. The replacement second row forward. Number 13, the skipper and captain. The Josephian defense has held phase after phase, but Royal keep inching towards the line. Gamage that was, and this time it's Yahya does well to take that high tackle and make the ball available, but it looks like they might have done a little bit of damage, but I think Yahya will be okay after the yellow card is given, if it is.
Yes, indeed. I think he's just buying a bit of time and a bit of breath, and also just a bit of theoretics as we see that replay here. High tackle coming in there, and can see the player Nabil Yahya on the floor, and the staff attending to him.
You can see, if you can have a look at that one again, you can see if there was a significant dip in the ball carrier's height as he went into the tackle, or whether Bhishma Jayasekara was reckless. If we can see that one again. Yeah, stayed down. It might have been worse than it looked on camera. And this would be a real blow for Royal if he has to go off. Here's a short pass. Didn't look like there was much in it, Romario. So watch it here. Yahya takes it upright, then goes to ground. I think he fumbles the ball, so he goes to catch it. There was a significant dip in his height, and as we predicted, Nabil Yahya is fine now that the yellow card has been given.
Both the ball carrier and the tackler both went quite low. Ball carrier, of course, falling down, and now Bhishma has been sent to the bin. And now Royal College, no prizes for guessing what they will be doing from here.
Well, they're already high-fiving the Royal forwards. This is where they love to be. This is their bread and butter. Veerasurya has lost his crown cap. And Bhishma Jayasekara finds himself in the bin for what might have been just a penalty, Romario, but can't really complain because we want to make the game safer for everyone. Trundling close to the line. It's inches short are Royal. Here's Samarasinghe, first man receiving the ball. And he manages to lay it back nicely. It opens up. And that's another Amana Bank try for Thinet Gamage, who has been scoring tries on the regular. He had one last week, has another one this week. and was beautifully done by the Royal forwards. And the Josephian defence parted like the Red Sea for Gamage to wade through.
They did well to hold off the maul, but after that the Josephian defence was caught short in numbers, and Tineth Gamage went over for the first Amana Bank try for the Royalists in this game against St. Joseph's College, as you can see there on the replay.
Royal hitting back almost immediately. Yahya recovering to take what will be the equalizing conversion, and it is straight through the post. He obliges again the young fullback. And it's 7 points all. So St. Joseph's will have to go back and look at how they allowed this to happen, Romario, and it was from the drop of the kickoff. Navin Marasinghe dropping that ball and allowing Royal to swarm on them, and they never managed to get out of that 22. So it just shows how important those little basic skills are.
It also shows that, Shana, you can't switch off for a moment even after scoring points, and that's what all the coaches stress on time and time again. The kickoff after the restart, rather, after scoring points is crucial, because the players just need to take that ball and clear their lines again. But they did not manage to do so, and now they're penalized with 7 points.
Senethu Iran putting it nice and deep, but the two Royalists running into each other. That's Samarasinghe again, dragging it out. In fact, that was Fahad. And I think Fahad and Farouk collided a little bit there. And the referee very quick to spot that. Gihan Yatavara alert to the danger, and he's not taking any chances on the head knock.
Referee straight away blowing the game and stopping things. This was the replay there. You can see there the player's head, just the fly half's head, in fact Farouk's head, straight away on the elbow and of the ball catcher there.
I think the danger in those, if you can see that fall again, Romario, what we will see is that when the collision happens, you're generally okay because you're braced. But when you fall backwards, what happens is the back of your head hits the floor, and that's where the real damage occurs.
The whiplash, no, Shanaka?
Yes, so he's okay there, and bang. That's where the back of his head hits the floor. And so you can see him making contact with the elbow there. But the real damage may have happened. You can see his head ricocheting off the ground, and that's why it's so important for players to make sure that they fall safely and keep their wits about them. But the problem in situations like that is when you've got hit in the front of the head, then it's very difficult for you to keep your concentration when you fall backwards. So that's where Farouk had a little bit of a problem, but hopefully he will be okay and okay to carry on. So Royal will have the ball into the scrum because the referee stopped the play while Royal were in possession. Wasn't an actual offense, but it's always important that referees blow up a game to attend to players if they're in a little bit of strife, and Gihan Yatavara did exactly the right thing there. Royal will now have to kick their way out of trouble. Samarasinghe, who has been used in this crash ball situation, knocks the ball on, but the referee plays advantage. And St. Joseph's will have to try and do what they did just moments earlier, to getting a little bit of a gift. Nice carry that time by Vishika Fernando. Josephian crowd has found its voice here at Havelock Park. You're watching live pictures from this Dialog Schools rugby season 2024. Again, the ball goes loose and Royal unable to pounce on it. So they will come back for the fairly long knock-on advantage, but St. Joseph's never kicked it away. So that was sensible of them.
Good bit of play there by St. Joseph's College after they won the turnover. They somehow kept it with their forwards and tried to make headway, but not going anywhere, as the referee has no other option but deeming to go back for the knock-on.
Veera Surya taking leadership in this forward pack. He's an experienced man, the towering lock. And St. Joseph's have done well to hold the drive that comes from Royal. Vishika Fernando goes again. Good run from the skipper. They've expected him to go a little harder into that gap. Royal standing off him on the defense, and that's a cardinal error. Senithu finds himself all alone. Can he roll over and score? Royal get themselves underneath. Offside is the call from referee Atavara. And realizing that 3 points is not going to do it, Senithu goes quickly. And held up is the call. And Senithu may just have been a little bit too eager there.
I think he should have just maybe not tried to roll and place the ball on the try line, rather place it back for the team. But held up in goal, and now it's the goal line drop out. But the only consolation will be St. Joseph's College will be receiving.
Well, they've got it back and will try to run it back now. Bhishma Jayasekara is still in the bin, and an outstanding hit from Samarasinghe there. Smash back in the tackle, but that's Rodrigo who takes it forward. Great defense, but a good pass before the contact came from St. Joseph's. Tevan Kitnuka cuts back in field and makes it available. Royals defense flying up, but nicely done by the Josephian ball carrier just to get out of that rush defense. Again, dragging the ball carrier down so that the juggler can get over the top of that. You can see that Royals defense is really well organized and they work in pairs. It's been knocked on as a result of that defense, and Yahya will not think twice about thumping this one. Long ball style. All the way down for Nathan Gunaratne to put into touch, but he might have carried that one back.
I thought the same, but did it bounce in field? Well, I'm not too sure.
If you can see that replay again, see whether Nathan Gunaratne carried that one back. If he did, they should come back for the line out where he kicked it.
As certain as you are, I am too, Shanaka. The bounce in ball, he did seem to have taken it back, but I'm curious to know whether the kick that he returned, did it bounce or did it go out on the full?
You could see it maybe from just a couple of seconds earlier, and that's the kick, and it didn't look like it bounced in field. Joseph's doing their best to compete and already putting pressure on Farooq there. So this was an aspect of the game that Royal need to look at. Let's go back to that incident previously, or maybe later. Royal did succumb to Wesley as well, with pressure put on the front of the line out. And if at all there's been a weakness in this Royal side, it's probably what you may have to point out. Not that there are many. Smashing through is Ivano White. Haven't used him enough, in my opinion, to carry that ball up as Royal have done with Samarasinghe. Straight over the top goes Veerasurya. Such good body position for a tall man. Here the Josephian props carrying well. Carrying well, but not making much headway. Ooh, smashed in the tackle by Ayam. Great defense by the Royal number 8. And they've driven Joseph's back from where the scrum was. They've gone back about 10 meters and now they've come away with the ball, and this is how you turn defense into attack. Here's Royal with the counter attack now. Veerasurya finds himself at fly half. Here's Farooq. Thiven Pereira opts to go to his winger, Fahad. Carrying the ball over the 50-meter line. Here's Farooq, who carries it up straight. Didn't have many options outside him, and now they do. Samarasinghe with the long ball out to Yahya. Yahya with his preferred option will put this ball into the middle of the field, forcing St. Joseph's to kick it out again, and Nathan Gunaratne that time didn't carry it in. And he will need to chase because the entire Josephian team was in front of him. Farooq. Did that ball go laterally? No, it didn't. Yatavara says it was knocked on.
Bounce of the ball going the way of St. Joseph's in a couple of these early exchanges. They did manage an early try, but since then it has been going both ways as we see that replay there. Nathan just managed to get the kick away, and the bouncing ball, not the best of things to do, and there you go, that's the knock on for the Royalist.
Unsighted by his own player a little bit there, young fly half. Not sure he's completely okay after that head knock, Romario. Need to have that assessed at half time, if not before. And here's Vishika Fernando, goes off the back, just bootlaces tackle that time by Aman, which stops the Josephian captain, and now it looks like Royal might have snaffled that. Outstanding work from the Royal defense. Aman off the back. It looked for all money that Vishika Fernando had done enough to beat the first tackle, but he hung in there and made a tackle by the bootlaces, and Ayam went in and managed to win the ball off the tackle.
Great bit of play there by the number 8. Good break by the Josephian skipper, but he was just brought down, and from then on, after he went down, support was just lacking for that second, and the number 8 from Royal College pounced on the opportunity.
You can see again how organized Royal are. Ayam knew exactly what to do. When that tackle was made, he pulled Vishika Fernando down to the floor and made sure that he got in over the ball. Looks like we might be having a bit of a water break here. And Thiven Pereira goes off to get a bit of instruction from the sidelines, but it's a 20-minute water break. Josephian bench maybe sent their messages in through the water carriers, but it's been interesting so far. It's just 7-all. Royal have been dominant, Romario, but again they haven't managed to translate that pressure into points. That tends to happen for them much later in the game.
Yeah, I think their superior fitness too helps them play on through to the 70-minute mark. But as majority of the other teams fall off from 50 to 60-minute marks, but I think Royal College will just look to keep St. Joseph's at bay and maybe put them away later on during the second half.
The Josephians restored to their 15 men as Bhishma Jayasekara comes back. Nicely won by Veerasurya in the front. Ayam carrying strongly. In center field, here's Veerasurya again. Such a big workload from this man. Oh, and Looks like the counter-ruck was well timed by St. Joseph's there. Royal just being a little inaccurate at the breakdown, and coach Leuke will not be happy about that.
He will not be too pleased with the amount of knock-ons in this first 20 minutes of the game here.
It's a good counter-ruck from Janit Marasinghe. And Fernando, the scrum half, knew exactly when he passed that ball that he was going to get caught out for that. Senadu Iran has been trying to increase the pace of this game, but the rest of his team haven't been able to keep up with him either. It's another bounce pass for Bhishma Jayasekara, who's taken a couple already today. Puts that in a nice place, but Nabil Yahya had read it beautifully. Still holding on to the ball. Good continuity from Royal. Strung quite a few phases together and looking for the box kick from Fernando. Coming straight for it is Bhishma Jayasekara and tackled beautifully that time by Athugala. Good chase by the blindside flanker, who manages to win the ball back as well. Another inaccurate pass. And under pressure, Fernando has to clear. Here's Farooq holding on to the ball. It was good defense from St. Joseph's. And more than the good defense, it's been the inaccurate passing from Royal that has let them down, Romario.
I think passing from the scrum halves too have not been on point this evening. Senadu Iran too giving Bhishma a couple of bounce passes, but St. Joseph's College, just this, the bounce of the ball and the half chances are going their way. If they can just turn one or two more into points, I think that will pile the pressure on Royal.
Okay, watch the counter ruck there. See how much pressure Fernando is under when he passes that ball, which means as soon as he looks up, Samarasinghe has a defender in his face. And that allows the Josephians to swarm over that ball and put the ball carrier under real pressure, isolated, and he has to give up the penalty.
Now this is where St. Joseph's College need to tighten up a bit more in attack. They have come into the opponent's 22 on a couple of occasions. Just once they have left with points. Be vital if they can manage to get some points on this occasion.
It looks like the clergy are listening to us while they are watching from the stands. Mindulka manages to find his jumper. Still holding on. Good discipline from St. Joseph's there to not break away. Still going and brought down, and that's a try. Mindulka Pereira with an Amana Bank try. He put the ball in, found his target, and then did really well not to get unbound, Romario. It's very difficult when the maul is going at pace. And he did beautifully. I can't stress this enough. It is a very difficult skill, but he managed to stay bound all the way through, look up, make sure he knew where he was, and fall down just when they passed the try line. So a really good try that time.
Great bit of play there by the forwards, and the hooker himself first hit the target, and St. Joseph's College, they have never thought in their wildest dreams that the Royal College maul defense will go that far and that fast behind.
Be interesting to see that maul set up as well. Looked like Royal was standing off a little bit, wondering whether the ball will be transferred back and they might be able to win a penalty. But it didn't work for them so well that time. And Jayasekara's kick doesn't find its mark, so it's just 12 points to 7. And like the Novak Djokovic of rugby, Royal like to come from behind in these games just to give themselves a bit of a challenge.
Well, the Josephian faithful will be hoping that it won't happen this time around, but you can see the replay there. forwards marched back at pace.
Really well constructed maul there, and that time taken well by Pramod Pereira, who's been competing at the front of that line out manfully. Bhishma Jayasekara not under any pressure, and his kick is not a great one, but the bounce might be kind. It is, and Ivano White manages to make it available. Here's a good run by Vishika Fernando. Back to White. Ivano White using that impressive frame of his. Now they've got to look out wide, but unfortunately Malinda opts to take it himself. Into the 22 they go. St. Joseph's with their tails up finally. White again. Used in that Damien Dialende role by St. Joseph's. Royals defense, can they save the day for them once again? But no, they can't. As Ayam says, but sir, I lifted the ball. And Yatawara says, no, you weren't quick enough.
This time around, the clearance from the restart. Bounce going the way of St. Joseph's, and some good momentum taking them all the way towards the 22-meter mark of the Royalists. And now, after the first game where they played here against Vidyartha, they did not take the points. This time around they opt to, but was that the right call according to you, Shanaga?
Absolutely not, Romario. I cannot believe they've done this. They've managed to get back into Royals half. They've got them in disarray. They've got them in tatters. They've got them a little bit in lack of confidence by going into the corner. Will it happen again is a question that the Royal Pack will be asking, and I cannot believe they haven't gone to the corner here. And that's exactly why I can't believe it, because these are not good kickers that St. Joseph's have. It's not a guaranteed 3 points. I cannot believe they did not go to the corner.
Points left on the paddock yet again by the Josephian kickers. As now, the only consolation you could say is that they will be receiving this 22-meter restart on that occasion.
It's what you were talking about before kickoff, isn't it, Romario? The lack of leadership. They did so well to get inside the 22 there. They did so well to win the penalty, and they just weren't able to convert that pressure into points, or try to, and they've got another bite at the cherry, because it was a mistake by Royal to kick that drop out fully into touch, which means that they'll start with a scrum on the midpoint of the 22-meter line.
Yes, another bite at the cherry, as you said, Shanaga, and the Josephian forwards will be licking their lips this time around. They will need some support from their backs, but now they'll be hoping to come away with a few more points.
Well, Vishika Fernando, the captain, didn't make the right call previously, but I'm sure he will be able to go off the back of this one. And Ayam is not anywhere close to being bound. He needs to have his head in there. But Vishika Fernando opts not to do the obvious ploy and gives it instead to Ivano White, who tries to make amends, and is not having a great day as the inside centre drops the ball in contact.
It's a confidence thing for Ivano White, and as that kick did not go through, I think confidence has been shattered. As we see the replay, did not have enough momentum going forward when he received the ball as well, and that did not help his cause.
Well, it's unfortunate decision making. Just allowing the momentum now to go back to Royal after they had that little spell. That's what you call winning moments, isn't it, Romario? Here, international coaches talking about winning the battles, winning the moments. And that's when St. Joseph's had a moment and gifted it on a platter to Royal.
They did have a great maul once before that as well, and they did have the momentum their way. Could have just put it into the corner. I think from previous games, what they did not do, they tried to do it here. And that's what came back to bite them.
Well, taking the points is always good, but Everything is contextual. Under enormous pressure, Farooq manages to get that ball away, and it's an untidy kickoff, but Royal somehow managed to get back possession. Carried back into the 22, and Farooq knows he can't kick it out on the full. Taken that time by Nathan Gunaratne, but he runs towards the touchline where he's met by the second wave of Royal defence. Bhishma Jayasekara again under enormous pressure. Here's Farooq, goes to ground, and that's really well done. Oh, that's the second one I think Royal have been lucky to milk in terms of high tackles. Beautiful off the ground as Thiven Pereira runs a beautiful line also. If you can see that one again, you could see again that Farooq, just like Yahya in the previous one, dipped his body height. And I thought that the chaser from Joseph was very unlucky there.
Ivano White did very well to time his chase and brought him down as well. But yeah, you can see there was nothing in that, absolutely nothing. And he did really well to go over the ball and win it for his team. But the referee thought otherwise. And now Royal College win themselves a line-out throw inside the Josephian half.
It's all about the angles, isn't it? From just from one angle, it might look like he hit him high. But it's a 50-50 call, and I'm sure everyone is willing to excuse those. Josephian bench, Dulanjana Vijay Singh on the right and Nilfa Ibrahim, the head coach, on the left. Will not be too unhappy because 3 minutes gone and they're still in the lead despite not having done as well as they'd like. Royal cough that one up. And now Nathan Gunaratne puts it deep. Yahya has to suddenly turn back and defend and does really well to spin out a would-be tackle. Here's Fahad, called on to make the clearance kick, and it's a good one from the winger. Gunaratne finds himself all the way back. Fahad with a good chase. Ball bouncing in no man's land, but coming back is Farooq. Yes, I am. Available now for Thiven. Puts it back infield for his centre partner Samarasinghe. It's just good by Royal, managing to keep a ball alive, throwing it around a little bit seventh style almost. Now a little bit of structure. Rajasinghe rumbling it forward, given a chance today in the absence of Senanayaka. Ivano White marks that and does, Nathan Gunaratne rather, marks that and does well to buy his team a little bit of respite. Now he'll wait, if he has any experience, to until the rest of his team are behind him.
Quite shaky there, Nathan, but somehow managed to cleanly collect that free kick and called. By the looks of it, the referee says that it's half time here, and Nathan duly obliges with putting that free kick into touch.
Well, I think he was relieved more than anything else to knock that one into touch. We've seen 3 Amana Bank tries in that first half, and the surprise leaders, if you like, St. Joseph's at half-time, and league favourites Royal will have to try and do their customary modus operandi of coming back in the second half from this 12-7 deficit.
St. Joseph's College with an early try. Royal level things up, but the Josephian Mall bit back, and at halftime St. Joseph's College leading 12 points to 7 here at Havelock Park in the Dialog Schools Rugby League 2024.
Maliban Savoury Biscuits have been the perfect companion for gatherings to celebrate cheerful moments, just like for today's match. So even if you're at home watching the match or cheering right here, grab a pack and share the joy of the game with Maliban Savoury.
Well, if things go the same way, I'm sure There'll be quite a few Maliban biscuits shared amongst the Josephians. We will go in for a quick commercial break, and on the other side, be back with the second half action.
Don't go away, the action's just begun.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Hamasitakma pipide, rasa lemon rasa ye. Jeevithayama mihirai. Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Children lemon.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
හැමදේම අතළඟ තියෙද්දි දුක් විඳින්නේ ඇයි?
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
It is my vision that wakes me up, not my alarm. I make mistakes, but I will never be defeated.
My biggest competitor is myself.
5 account from Commercial Bank for the youth who think beyond limits.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Train එකේ ඇල්ලගින් සෆාරියෙන් යාලේ ඇවිත් අලිවලස්සුවට තියන් සෙල්ෆි ගහමු වරෙන් මචං උතුර දකුණේ කොහේ ගියා ට්‍රිප් වන් එක ඩබල් වෙන්න කොතුමි රසට හදා නැති නැතට ෂෙයා කරන් කමුද මචං ප්‍රීමා කොතුමි ෆන් තමයි.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One?
Wait, really?
Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, this, this and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection. Majestica. Lanka Tiles. Fine living redefined.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk.
Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම ජිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
Real energy for real life. Ride. NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම ජිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චෞමරි අක්කා. බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
Swiss Tech Skim Coat. Finish එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Gold hair and body wash එක. Don't go away, the action's just begun.
Welcome back to live pictures on thepapare.com of this Dialog Schools Rugby League 2024. We're just coming back from the half-time break here at Havelock Park. And if the banner on the Havelock's grandstand is anything to go by, I think St. Joseph's might have said a few prayers before they come out. So we look at the first half highlights. First try scored by Shahan Malinda, converted by Bhishma Jasekar, who then spent a spell in the bin, and the Royal prop also getting on the scoreboard. And Nabil Yahya curling that one in, bananaing that one in. And here was a surprise try from St. Joseph's. Ball won by Pramod Pereira, and Mindulka doing really well at the back of that maul. Royal not engaging, choosing to stand off and paying the price ultimately, and going into Lemons 12 points to 7. Romario, as a Josephian faithful, where are your bets going to be?
Well, Shanaka, not put them too far away from St. Joseph's College, but now this is where they need to hold on and put on an even better show, more than the first half.
Well, if that first contact of the second half is anything to go by, Royal have flown out of the box. And I'm not sure that first contact has left either of those players in a better shape than they came out. Let's have a look at that as referee Yatavara calls very quickly for the medical team to come out. It was a flying hit. And we'll just see exactly what happened there.
Massive hit there by the chasing Royalist. And by the looks of it, that seems to be extremely dangerous, Shanaga. And I think the referee should have no doubt to go into his pocket And it'll be interesting to see what the color is.
Well, more than the color of the card, I just hope these players are okay. That was a massive smash. Veerasurya coming through with force. Don't think there's any doubt as to what the color of the card should be, but I really hope the Josephian receiver who collected that ball is okay, because he got absolutely smashed head on head. Bang. That's the angle we first saw, the zoomed up angle. Let's look at it here. Ooh, that's at least shoulder to head, if not head on head. And Veerasurya felt it too. And this is why it's so important that the tackler realizes that the law is also for their own safety. And in my mind, there's no doubt as to what should happen there. But of course, the referee would have only a fleeting glimpse. He wouldn't have been able to see what we see here on the screen. And an interesting start to the second half. And how this plays out, Romario, could go a long way in deciding how this match plays out, because Veerasurya has been one of the standouts for all in that first half.
Certainly, I think the looks of it, thankfully both the players are back on their feet. Now it's the onus is on the referee to see what sort of punishment he will be giving the tackler on that occasion.
Well, on the other side, it's Janit Marasinghe who stopped the flying Veerasurya with his head. He seems like he's okay. The HIA is conducted on the ground because there's no head injury assessment protocol in schools rugby. The magic bag of ice will do its job. Unfortunately, we can't hear the discussion between Thiven Pereira and referee Yatavara. He'll definitely call Veerasurya over. Can see Thiven Pereira trying to plead Veerasurya's case. Coming in with force. Straight to the head. And I think in terms of the law, Romario, I think Yatavara has got that spot on.
Nailed it, and rightly so. The lock forward has been sent off, and now Royal College in deep trouble here at Havelock Park.
Well, I'm not sure I like what I saw there. Veerasurya needs to go off. Doesn't need to have team talks with his mates. It's not some badge of honor. He's frustrated, but for a tall lad, he has to make sure he lowers his body height. This could weaken Royal significantly in the forwards. But like we saw in that World Cup final, it also results when your big players go off, the rest of the team can lift.
Yes, the rest of the team has to lift and do 10% more to fill in the gap, because they know that they have to play pretty much a half of rugby with 14 men.
Yeah, and Veerasurya, for some reason, took his scrum cap off in the first half. He started with it on. And if the scrum cap was on, maybe the damage done to himself as well as Marasinghe might have been mitigated a little bit. It looks now like Royal have made an immediate change, bringing on Ranasinghe into the line out in place of the big Rajasinghe, who's not really someone who can be lifted. And the penalty from St. Joseph's, I think that's what Royal were looking for when St. Joseph scored their try. But this time they managed to get it. If we can see that one again, we'll tell you exactly where that penalty came from. The ball was transferred before the engagement was made, is what I think Yatavara is saying there. We have to surmise, of course, because the referees aren't mic'd up.
Yeah, I think he's saying that it was a long arm transfer, Shanaga. That's what he's showing, his arm raised out. Well, was that so?
Well, he's a man on the spot. And Royal now will look to just get within striking distance. It's interesting to see when the engagement was made by the Royal defenders there. Dulanjana Vijayasinghe looks nonplussed.
He will not be too pleased with the call. And now Nabil Yahya steps up, hits it away to the left, and now St. Joseph's College with the 22-meter restart.
No problem with the distance there for Yahya. The Josephians will have to kick this one back to Royal, who will fly back at them just beyond the reach of the Royal scrum half that time. And now Yahya, the playmaker. Farooq. It's been a little tentative since that head knock. Yahya at first receiver. Samarasinghe, who's carried the ball strongly all day. In fact, that was Fahad. Another high tackle, so the Josephians will need to be careful. It's charged down, but the referee will come back for that. And taken quickly. Not sure about the wisdom of this, as Azam flies through the line, and it's been a brilliant run from Ayam. Joseph's knocked the ball back in the tackle, and Ivano White, in fact, no, it's the try scorer Malinda who comes away with the ball that time. And that superb run from Ayam, coming to nothing in the end, but now Royal get another bite of the cherry because both teams are trading knock-ons. Here's Samarasinghe. Goes on the outside. Just an ankle tap brings him to ground. Looking at the blind side. Yahya is there and switches play quickly. Nice angle run by Tinet Gamage, who looks like he's a number 8 trapped in the body of a prop. Here's Farooq. Pathirana swinging down the touchline. One man to beat. Just doesn't manage to get the ball in, but it's a knock forward. And that was Pathirana, who nearly ghosted his way down that left-hand touchline. Just not enough.
Coast to coast play there by both teams. Handling not the best from both sides on this occasion and in this throughout this evening. But can see a great break made by the winger down the far touchline. But when he tried to get this last pass away, the Josephian somehow managed to get his arm in the way, and I think that saved the day for St. Joseph's College.
A timely intervention there by the Josephian defense. And they can count themselves lucky. Is this one of those days, Romario?
Well, I'm sure we'll be all hoping so, Shanaga. We have not beaten Royal College in a long time.
Sometimes teams have their days. Sometimes they're good days, sometimes they're bad days. The amount of work that Veerasurya gets done on the park, they're really going to have to lift the rest of the forward pack. And Bhishma Jayasekara, it is flying everywhere. And Jayasekara touches this one down, and it's a 5-meter scrum for Royal. They'll fancy their chances from here, this big Royal pack.
Unfortunately, they can't go for the pushover try, but the referee switches off time and calls in the substitutes, and sure the Royalists will be licking their lips now.
This is a big scrum and it's a big moment of the game. We had a big moment of the game in the first few seconds of the second half, where Veerasurya was sent off, and now is another big moment in that game. There's no number 8. Royal one man down, so Shyam has gone in to the second row. So it's a new engine room. Rajasinghe has given way to Ranasinghe, who packs down on the flank. It looks like Aman has gone into the second row, and you can see that the change in the front 5 is creating problems for Royal.
Pressure coming in from St. Joseph's, and Royal forwards are just a bit shaky and look a bit wobbly on that occasion. Not the same combinations in the scrum, in the engine room.
I'll tell you what, Romario, you are a winger, so I'm not expecting you to understand this, but you sniff this in the front row, you sniff this in the pack. When a pack is going backwards, you tend to know, and this Josephian set of forwards, you might just think their sense, right, it's on for us. There they go again. Farooq, slow ball to Samarasinghe, who's caught running laterally. They've got to go all the way back as Ranasinghe, the new man on the park, gets there. But no clear release is the call by referee Atavara. And just a little over-eager, the Josephian defense there. Here's Tineth Gamage, knows his way to the line. Just short. Here's Shyam. Nice ball across the face. Farooq now will go for the numbers. Steven Pereira with a lovely draw. And Pathirana with the try. Pathirana almost scored a little while earlier, and it's an Amana Bank try for the second time of asking for the fullback turned winger. And it was really well done from Royal. They knew that they didn't want to go hammering away with that weakened forward pack, and they would go to the brilliant runners that they have on the outside. And it was a good draw and pass from Steven Pereira that really set this one up.
Indeed, Shanaka, they somehow managed to get the Josephians short on numbers, and Pathirana just threw that slight dummy as the Josephian winger bought it, and there was no stopping him as Royal College draw level with Nabil Yahya lining this kick to put them into the lead.
Had the presence of mind to come around to make the kick a little easier for his fullback, did Pathirana. Pathirana started at fullback last week, Romario, and has been moved to the wing now. But I really did like Nabil Yahya in that number 12 position. Saw him involved in play a little bit more. And yes, the Royal crowd are off their feet, because finally, after in the 45th minute, Royal finally find themselves in the lead.
After 45 minutes of asking, they somehow managed to get themselves into a slender 2-point lead here at Havelock Park, as we see that kick on the replay. Now onus back on the home team, St. Joseph's, and it'll be interesting to see what sort of reply they have.
They really need to keep the same intensity that they kept in that first half, but that's where conditioning comes into play, isn't it, Romario? And you have to say that Royal are probably the fittest team in this competition. Atugala takes it well, and looks like there might have been a little bit of confusion as Farooq saunters through a gap. And now Royal have numbers on the outside. Big pass from Farooq, the opposite prop, the loose head. Here is Mohammed pumping off one defender, brought to ground eventually, but not before he's well over the gain line. Here's Shyam. Samarasinghe has been plenty of running today. Atugala.
I think there was a bit of obstruction just before that break by the Royalist. Unfortunately, missed there by the referee, and to compound woes for St. Joseph's College. By the looks of it, he seems to be going to his pocket. And the Josephian flanker in the number 7 jumper, Pramod Pereira, is sent into the bin. And that yellow card is for St. Joseph's College.
Well, both teams down to 14 now, and that's a big loss for the Josephians as well, because Pramod was one of the better performers for St. Joseph's in that first 45 minutes. And with easy points on offer, Nabil Yahya knows that bonus points are beckoning.
And they smell blood as well, Shanaka, with the momentum on their side. They're not doing the same mistake St. Joseph's did in the first half.
I was just going to come back to that, Romario, and this is where the champion sides are made, because they know when the opposition is flagging, they know when the blood is in the water, and this is when the Sharks come out. And unfortunately for the Josephians, they weren't sharkish enough about it when they had the opportunity. Here's Shyam. Let's watch Pramod's tackle. That's where he makes the tackle.
I think it was for offside, Shanak, on that occasion that the referee dished out the yellow card.
Interesting to see whether Josephs were under a team warning. It's Atugala in the front, and it's immediately sacked. Not sacked in time, says the referee, and it's called a collapse, as Royal will look to do what they did moments ago, as Fahad dances his way towards the try line. Still on the blind side. Still available for Royal. Samarasinghe opts to give it this time. Big run that time by Farooq, and here it is opening up. Tiven Kamage. Tiven Pereira rather. Carries strongly. And somehow St. Joseph's with their hands on the ball, but not without a penalty being conceded. You have to ask yourself whether Royal will think about a scrum here.
Far-fetched there, but by the looks of it, they seem to be going for the quick tap.
Well, why wouldn't you when you've got Tineth Gamage in your ranks? St. Joseph's do well to stop the first charge, but can they stop the second? Just short of the line. And here's Farooq. Looks like he scored. Yes, he has. It's Shyam, in fact. Two big lads in scrum caps in this Royal pack, and he's the second one of them, Shyam, who promised Veerasurya as he went off that he would make sure that things don't go wrong, and an Amana Bank try for Shyam.
They smelt blood, and Royal College, through their massive forwards, are just ensuring that they somehow manage to put this win and secure it. As we see there, the big forwards just doing the hard yards, and from pretty much under the post, Nabil Yahya to make it 21.
This is where Royal typically pull away from other teams, around the 60th minute mark or the 50th minute mark. And now they will want the bonus point try. Though we have to say St. Joseph's have been better than they were last week, Romario. But need to believe in themselves a little bit more, especially when they're on top.
Have bounced back, but Now just seeming to fall away. I think this is where they need to. This is where leadership needs to come into the picture, Shanaka.
Oh dear, I think he's earned themselves another card there. Totally mistimed that tackle, and let's see how dangerous that was. Like it was Patirana who came in to collect that.
And now by the looks of it, I'm sure he will take as much as time possible.
What's important is that the referees get these right in terms of the protocols when kids are injured. It is Patirana and falls straight over the Josephian chaser, and have to say that's at least a yellow, Romario.
Yes, Shanaka. By the letter of the law, I think the way the player landed, I think a yellow card will be what the referee will be going to.
Patirana, after that brilliant try that he scored, almost scored moments before he did. The ghosting run down the touchline. He's got a wonderful left boot as well. Haven't really seen much of that today. But what will referee Yatavara do? Tackling in the air, and looks like it was a yellow. Yes, there are two players in the bin. Might have been Brian Fernando there who went to the bin. We couldn't really catch his number. So St. Joseph's 9 points down on the scoreboard, one man down on the pitch. And not able to reap the benefits of Veerasurya's absence of judgment. And since Veerasurya's yellow card, red card rather, it has been all Royal, Romario.
The Royalists have stepped up to the plate there after that red card, and have just put that extra 10% from for their team, and I think that's why they find themselves in the driver's seat, if you could call it, Shanaka.
That penalty also for the same offence that St. Joseph's committed a while earlier. Not able to hear the explanation from the referee, so we can't really explain it to you as we would like. Shortened line out that time, and nicely done by St. Joseph's. This time Royal choose to engage, and engage strongly. Driving through, goes to ground, but not collapsed by Royal. Here's Navin Marasinghe, Janit Marasinghe rather. Superb carry that time from St. Joseph's. Trying to get within striking distance of this Royal total. Still going. And it's a penalty, just short. St. Joseph's look to take it quickly. Vishika Fernando, and he's pummeled back. Wow, that was some outstanding defense from Royal. Really fantastic defense. And it's a forward pass because he was going back so fast. And you have to say Royals' defense this game has been exemplary.
Yes, you can see here some massive two double team tackle coming in there, and the referee says that that pass wasn't legal, as Royal College now with a defensive scrum and with the chance to clear their lines.
Shahat Malinda it was, found himself coming back faster than he went forward. It's a gang tackle, as it's called, Romario. And it sounds just about as bad as it is to be on the receiving end of one of those. And here's Royal under pressure.
Yes, and Shanag, I think the Royalist too has knocked the ball on that occasion.
So that's where the front five change has made a difference for St. Joseph's. And in the set pieces, you tend to feel it physically when the opposition team has lost an important man, that you feel that they're going backwards. And that's when you can capitalize. So the Josephian front five have done well to do that. Fortunately, they haven't managed to match that in broken play. But you have to say, for Vishika Fernando, against his 7-man Royal pack, Athugala going into the second row, who is their best tackler. But this is really an important time in the game. It's too slow. Vishika Fernando takes it from Seniduveran, but Royals' defense have flown up again. Going blindside this time, but dragged down. Choose to attack the short side again. The ball is available, but Royal making it really difficult for St. Joseph's to get quick ball. It's good to see we haven't seen too many off-feet penalties in this game. Looking to go back on the blind side, changing his mind, coming back to the open. Mindulka with a good pass out, and that's a try. You could see the crowd behind loving that Amana Bank try moment. And the Royalists with their head in their hands. But not sure why, because they're still very much in the lead. And 13-man St. Joseph's hitting back at 14-man Royal.
Great passage of play there after St. Joseph's College lost the early play. They somehow managed to win that scrum, and from then on St. Joseph's College through Janit Maharasingh scores their third Amana Bank try of this game, and now Bhishma to add the extras.
It's a pretty casual kick, but he gets it. And it's a 2-point ball game once again at Havelock Park. And the way this pendulum has been swinging, you have to ask yourself, are St. Joseph's going to throw caution to the wind? And is the pressure of being league favourites going to get to Royal?
Well, the Josephian faithful will be hoping that they will be able to throw a spanner in the works of Royal. But there is plenty of time left in this game, and plenty could change.
There is almost 15 minutes left. Royal missing their twin towers, Yahan Veerasurya and Bhuvaneka Senanayaka. Senanayaka probably injured, didn't make it to the 23 in this game. And you can see how reliant Royal are on those two. Because since they've lost both of them, the Royal forwards have not been as dominant as a pack. Although Shyam did score that excellent try. They seem to have lost a little bit of zip, and the Josephian forwards feel that they are on par with them once again, just showing what a big difference that locking combination can do. We've had really dominant combinations like Bakis Botha and Victor Matfield, Brody Retallick and Samuel Whitelock, and in a school's rugby contest, these two boys have been up there. Overthrown. A massive run that time by Hamesh Gamage. And this is where St. Joseph's are coming through with. And again, outstanding defense that time. It looked like Pathirana again, who got over the ball. Not 10 meters is the call from Gihan Yatavara, and the Josephian defense was nowhere near 10 meters there. Not sure why Royal are opting to run it from so far out. Tiven gives it to Fahad, dragged down just short of the 50-meter line. And that's a lovely handoff. Fernando with some quick ball once again. Here's the danger man, Shyam, but he's met in a good tackle by Malinder.
Looked like the ball did propel, rather go forward on that occasion, and the referee too is seeming to be going back for a knock on.
Well, given the form of the two teams before we went into this game, Romario, this match is far more entertaining than we imagined that it was going to be. St. Peter's getting the better of St. Joseph's much easier, but St. Joseph's putting up a fight against his Royal side.
Last week, St. Joseph's College did not show any resistance as St. Peter's just crashed through them, just ran circles around the Josephians. But this time around, I think a more known commodity Royal to be playing with their forwards. But I think after that red card in the second half, a bit of life has been sparked into St. Joseph's.
Well, it has been only recently sparked, Romario, because they allowed Royal back into the game after that red card. And here's a little bit of space now opening up for Nathan Gunaratne. We haven't seen the Josephian wingers with the ball in their hands very much. As Tewan now brings it back infield. Ivano White knocks the ball on again. Hasn't been a great day for the young centre. And they will come back for the knock forward. You have to say Ivano White was heralded when he came onto the scene as a 15-year-old, a big lad. But to say that he hasn't lived up to that enormous potential would be fair, Romario.
Indeed, Shanaga, he was plenty of potential shown by him when he came onto the scene, but ever since, I think little lack of commitment from the players' side has not helped his cause as well, and now he has been a little bit of a weak link in this back line for St. Joseph's College.
Marika with a big hit. He's come onto the loose head side of the scrum for Royal. And making that important tackle on White. What this set piece will do, though, is create a little bit of fatigue in these Royal forwards. Bhishma Jayasekara goes in for the steal, but just doesn't manage to get his body in position. Here's White trying to rip the ball away, but Royal going down to their knee quickly, creating a tackle. Opt for the kick that time. It's not a great one. And St. Joseph somehow winning that ball back. Gifted to them, you could say, by Royal, who lost a little bit of confidence in that attack, and Janit Marasinghe fresh from that try that he scored. But what a brilliant counter-attack that time by Shyam. It's been outstanding today. Nice work from Ranasinghe to give the ball to the on-rushing support player. Here's Fahad. It's been dangerous on his wing. steps back into the field of play, tries to get to the 22. Just short is Fahad. And now quick ball for Royal. Here's Tineth Gamage, the ever-present danger with the ball in hand. They fly up on this Aspatirana. And this time Royal's counter-ruck is... Royal's rucking is good rather. It's taken quickly by Fernando and regathered by Fahad, but the referee will say it was a wrong mark, son. Come right back.
Seems to be a player receiving some treatment as well in a bit of strife off screen, or well rather now on the left of your screen. And news from Pallegale is that Trinity have defeated St. Anthony's 32 points to 19. St. Anthony's season going from bad to worse. Now the Josephians just need to catch their breath and have a bit of a stern word before coming in to defend this penalty, because they should know that if Royal score any points from here on, I think it'll be a game, set and match.
Well, the momentum has been stopped here by the Josephian player who is on the ground injured. It looked like Malinder might have done himself a bit of an injury there, or was it Senith who got rucked out of the way there? Either way, they've managed to just stall that momentum that Royal had. Maybe give their defense a little bit of a breather. But no prizes for guessing what's going to happen now as Malinder goes off. He's had a wonderful game, Shahat Malinder. Taken quickly by Royal from Simat. Here's Shyam. He's worked tirelessly at the back of the scrum for Royal, and then in the middle of the scrum, when he's being called upon to do so, Tiven, ball in both hands. Here's Patirana. Fahad picks up and goes. The Josephian defense trying to hold Royal out. They know the next score means that it's game over. Good defense again from the Josephians. Here's Mohammed. Dragged back. They're going closer and closer towards the post. They know how important that 2 points is. Yahia. They try to hold him up, but unsuccessfully. Here's Marika. It's a little bit slow and a little bit labored from Royal, but here's the danger man, Tineth Kamage. They need to get the ball in his hands as often as possible, and here's the space. Patirana. And in the end, it's an Amana Bank try from Disas Patirana. There's two of them on the field, and it's the second one that scores. Disas finds himself on the bench, but this time on the receiving end of the pass to fall over for an Amana Bank try.
Side to side play there by Royal. And this time around, they opted to go to the right. And a couple of passes later, Patirana finds himself sniping into a bit of a gap, which was not guarded by the Josephian defense. And they go for their fourth try. And with it, the bonus point for Royal College. And now Nabil Yahya to add the extras.
It's been a little closer than they would have liked, but it just goes to show how dependent Royal are on Veerasurya and Serenayaka. This would have been a game that they would have wrapped up in the 50th minute usually. But Nabil Yahya's kicking has kept them well in front. And it's 4 goals to Royal College. And their defense has once again stepped up to the plate. And it's not just the defense on the line in the red zones, Romario. It's been the defense in midfield that has really taken the wind out of St. Joseph's sails, that has made them doubt the quality of their attack, that has turned this game for them.
The defense and their turnovers and have been immaculate this evening, Shanaka. And I think that's what has helped them bounce back from even getting that red card early on in the second half.
Pathirana gives it to Nathan Gunaratna, who puts it high in the air. It bounces, and it's anybody's ball at the moment, but coming away with it are St. Joseph's. And not a popular call from referee Atavara. We'll try and show you that one again. Flying up in defense was St. Joseph's. Looked like it was Tewan coming in off his wing. They haven't had enough of that, the Josephians, today. So all with their replacement scrum half. Thiven coming back to his original position, I could say, of fly half, and Nabil Yahya putting that kick through, knowing exactly where they need to be for the rest of this game. It's a sensible kick from the experienced fullback, knowing that he'll get the return from this dropout.
I think at the crucial points in this game, Shanaka, just at the bounce of the ball, now favouring Royal, and the whistle of the referee too, you could say. But that's now.
Here's Yahya again. Won't be trying anything too heroic. He'll know that possession of the ball is the most important thing at this time. Putting his ears back. Nice run by Disas Pathirana, who will be desperately trying to win his starting position back, Romario. Finds himself on the bench. Had a few discipline problems on the pitch early doors, but Coach Leuke will know that he is a man that he can count on. Straight off the feet, says the referee, and Bhishma Jayasekara thinks better of the quick tap. In fact, they do take it now. Janit Marasinghe, they know that they have to throw everything and the kitchen sink at this Royal team, and they win another penalty. But regardless, they have to score twice, Romario, so you have to think that it's a step beyond this Josephian team, who have been better than they have been throughout the rest of this season this evening. But Royal have managed to tough it out despite the loss of two of their most key players. One through injury, one through a discipline issue. Ivano White manages to lay it back for Bhishma Jayasekara, who has tried to spark something outside him, but the candles have not obliged his lighter. Here he goes now with a long, expansive ball. And you can see why it's been so difficult for Jayasekara in the center of the attack for St. Joseph's, because nothing's gone right for them outside. And with just about 90 seconds left on the clock, we have to discuss our man of the match. I thought Bhishma Jayasekara was very good. Pramod Pereira as well for St. Joseph's. And Shehat Malinda. And Thinat Gamage also was excellent for Royal, as has been Atugala. Made a lot of telling tackles. But for his ball carrying and work rate, I do think that Ayam Shyam in the number 8 jersey for Royal is our NDB player of the match today, as St. Joseph's aim to finish with a little bit of a flourish, but unfortunately the ball not going to hand, and Royal going quickly. Throwing caution to the winds. Didula Jayasuriya trying to run this one through, but Royal have done enough to get their bonus point, and they'll be relieved with that win. They know they've been tested today, but on the positive side for Royal, they know that they can win without their two towers today, Romario, and that will hold them in good stead. But the Royal fans will be hoping for a quick recovery And a favourable outcome for the disciplinary inquiry into Veerasurya's red card. Hopefully he won't be facing too much of time out from the game. The Royal faithful find their way down to the pitch to congratulate their team, and I don't think there's any security requirements today because Gihan Yatawara has done a sterling job.
Indeed, controlled the game well, the referee, and made sure that play went well. As you can see, the Josephians, after a tough match, unfortunately find themselves on the wrong side.
It's 28 points to 19 is how it finished after there was a little bit of a flutter at half-time and a little bit of a scare later on in that game when Veerasurya went off. But for the Royal fans who are watching us not only here in Colombo and wherever you may be in Sri Lanka but around the world, you can rest assured that despite that bonus point drop against Wesley, that this bonus point against a strong Josephian side will hold their team in good stead. And if you felt the heat of that match, chill out folks. Grab a Maliban lemon puff with real lemon and no artificial colors or flavors. Maliban lemon puff will keep you chilled all game long. Maliban lemon puff. Chill when a lemon.
And in the second half, it was Royal who opened the half with a try through their two quarters. Pathirana it was who carved open the Josephian defense. He added the extras from the far touchline, and second try came for Royal College, and Yaya made no mistake from under the post. But St. Joseph's College scored a try of their own, courtesy of their big forward Janith Marasinghe. The conversion was successful off the boot of Bhishma, but this try from Dasis Pathirana ensured the game for Royal College and the bonus point as well.
He did well coming off the bench and being in the right place at the right time, this has Pathirana, and scored that all-important fourth try for the bonus point. It's what they're all clamoring for at the top of the table. 4 tries, 4 conversions from Nabil Yahya, who continues his great form with the boot. 3 tries for St. Joseph's, which is a good return from them where they found themselves at the start of this game. A couple of conversions from Bhishma Jayasekara as well, but unfortunately there was a moment in the game where you thought that if they went ahead that they might hold on to the lead, but just doubted their ability to beat this Royal side, and their reputation precedes them. Ayash Shyam is the man of the match for an outstanding display at the back of the scrum. He scored 1 try and made a lot of tackles, a lot of turnovers, and took up a lot of the heat when Yahan Veerasurya went off. So congratulations to our NDB player of the match, Ayash Shyam from Royal College.
Fixtures for Sunday as it'll be St. Thomas's College hosting Sri Sumangala, Dharmaraja playing host to Science, DS playing host to Isipatana, the game of the weekend, and Vidyartha taking on Thurston College. So plenty more rugby action left to come up on Sunday.
Well, we thought that DS versus Isipatana will be the game of the weekend, but maybe this one will turn out to be the game of the weekend. Who knows, Romario? And these are next week's fixtures. Looking at St. Joseph's, a much easier assignment in Colombo against Kingswood. St. Anthony's taking on Isipatana. I had to say Isipatana favourites for that. DS will be happy to play Sri Sumangala. Science taking on Trinity. Trinity coming back down to Colombo for another one of their games. So that's travel is going to take a toll. Royal taking on St. Peter's. That is going to be an absolute corker of a match. Zahira taking on Thurston. Vidyartha taking on Wesley. And St. Thomas's will be taking on Dharmaraja at home which means that Dharmaraja will have to play out of their skins to beat a Thomian side that are looking good for good value at the big club grounds.
Nice to hear you say that, Shanak, about St. Thomas's.
Well, it's been a long wait, and they have been getting better with each game, and that's something that I think we need to acknowledge. They started off badly against Trinity up in Kandy, but since then they have kept getting better. Unlike teams like DS, who seem to have peaked at the start of the season, maybe they hadn't structured their preseason as well as they would have liked and seem to be slipping away. St. Thomas is doing the opposite, and of course you have the teams who are used to winning, teams like Royal that can keep the same intensity all the way through the week. So you see teams in different stages of their evolution, and I think St. Thomas's has reached that good stage of their evolution. Maybe next year they will have a better team than they have on the park at the moment. But we have some massive games coming up. Royal versus St. Peter's and Science taking on Trinity. Those are matches with a lot to play for.
Yes, indeed. I think those two games will be fixtures everyone will be looking forward to. And until we bring you games back on the 21st, signing off for now. Me, Romario, alongside Shanaka and our technical and production crew. Thank you and goodbye.
lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. හැම සිතක්ම පිබිදේ, රස lemon රසයේ, ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි. Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, chill වෙන්න lemon.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දි රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
It is my vision that wakes me up, not my alarm. I make mistakes, but I will never be defeated.
My biggest competitor is myself.
Vibe account from Commercial Bank for the youth who think beyond limits.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk or call 0117 756 756.
Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Radials. The road is yours.
NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න. Real energy for real life. Ride.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Enjoy the infinite possibilities of the freedom of space, inspired by the beauty of our land. Sri Lanka's finest finished, largest sized porcelain tile collection. Majestica. Lanka Tiles. Fine living redefined.
නිකම් බොරුවට රිස්ක් එකක් ගන්නේ ඇයි? NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Gold hair and body wash shaker.
Hot and spicy fun vibe එක විවර කරන්න. Beat එක remake කරන්නට වෙන්න. හදවත බවලා යන්න ගින්නර fashion කරන්න. Fun තුරන්න කොතුමි kick එක වෙන්න. Prima කොතුමි fun තමයි.
ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill when lemon.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One?
Wait, really?
Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
එක පැත්තකින් වහගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.
Colombo, beautiful outside and inside.
හැමදේම අතළඟ තියෙද්දි දුක් විඳින්නේ ඇයි?
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One?
Wait, really?
Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus, enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
Stop! Didn't you know you can get free delivery with Uber One?
Wait, really?
Yes, you can get unlimited free delivery on eligible orders with Uber Eats. Order this, and that, even groceries. You can also get 5% back in Uber credits on rides. Priority service exclusively with our top-rated drivers. And with Uber Eats, expect your order to arrive on time, every time. With just a few taps, unlock exclusive perks and savings. Plus, enjoy your first month free. Sign up for Uber One now.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චෞමරි අක්කා. බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Gold hair and body wash එක.
Real energy for real life. Ride.
Get keys to your wheels and experience people-friendly vehicle leasing with Amana Bank. Enjoy the lowest monthly installment and flexible financing up to 7 years. Apply online at www.amanabank.lk.
Amana Bank. It's your bank.
Right. Right. Studies, jobs,
Real energy for real life. Ride. NDB නියොස් තියෙද්දී රිස්ක් එකක් නැතුව කික් එකේ ෆන් ට්‍රාන්ස්ෆර්ස් කරන්න වගේම චිල් එකේ බිල්ස් පේ කරන්න.
Surf Excel පළමු සේදුමෙන් ඉතා පහසුවෙන් තද පැල්ලම් ඉවත් කරන කම්ෆර්ට් ප්‍රීමියම් සුවඳ සමගින් දැන් රුපියල් 540කට පමණයි.